training with Ronda Rousey. That's got to be pretty intense with her history as an athlete. What kind of like wrestling training do you guys do together?
Well, Ronda, actually, obviously we've been in touch for quite some time, but I reached out to her when I tore my ACL, so I had to get a donor ACL put in and a meniscus repair maybe 6 months ago now. And so I had reached out to her. Obviously, I was feeling super bummed because I'm just now launching into the industry and was like, guess what? You get to stay out for an injury now. So she had a similar injury, and that's actually part of why she's so good at arm bars and things like that, is she just spent a year of her life working on only that because she couldn't use her knee. So she was, invited me out to like train with her. And then I started working with Damos, and I was like, why don't you come train with all of us? And she's so aggressive in the ring. It's especially for women. Like, I'm used to seeing a lot of very aggressive men in the ring, but the women, some of them aren't so physical. And Ronda is not that person. She has very strong moves and is very aggressive. And I find it very inspiring, especially as a woman, to get in there and get your hands dirty.
There's been fans that have wanted to know if you mind at all that Ronda Rousey has the name Rowdy rather than yourself, since you're the actual daughter. But I know that Ronda obviously had a relationship with your father too.
I think I'd have to be a pretty insecure person about my own level of talent to worry about stuff like that. When Ronda got into wrestling, I, at that point, had not considered getting into it myself yet. I don't think I was there mentally. I always say that I was not an MMA fan until Ronda Rousey. Like, she drew me in as a fan, and I'm sure a lot of women especially can say the same thing. Like, she's done so much for women in sports. And, I was actually there with my dad when her and Jean LaBelle called to ask to use Rowdy for her MMA gimmick. So it seemed like a natural transition when she came to WWE. I thought it was I thought it was really cool that she wanted to honor him in that way. Personally, I don't want to use my dad's gimmick, especially because I'm his kid. I think that's like a one-offer. It's kind of, it's cool when Ronda uses it to honor him. But I think for me, it's important that I establish myself as more than just my dad's kid,
You're training with someone like Ronda. There's probably a lot of that style of submission moves in your practice matches.
I don't think that that'll end up being my style. I don't come from an MMA background. I did martial arts growing up and stuff like that, but I wouldn't ever call myself an MMA person. So I don't think that that'll end up my style, but I'm very happy to incorporate anything that I learn along the way from, various people. Obviously, she has a lot she can teach me as far as judo goes and things like that. So hopefully I can take some of that, but you definitely won't be seeing the same style she's doing with what I'm doing.
Do you think we'll see her back in WWE anytime soon? She did have some harsh comments for some of the WWE divas a couple months ago that kind of made headlines. But obviously, they need stars, and she's one of the biggest stars out there these days.
It's not my story to tell. I don't. I love Ronda to death. I don't know what her plans are, and I definitely can't speak for her. I think that a lot of us would be excited to see her, come back, but it's not my life.
Yeah, there's a fan coincidentally asking about that, and as you said, it's not your place to comment, but obviously you probably don't approve of her saying that wrestling is fake, right? I imagine. Like, maybe she was just pushed over the limit when she made those comments.
I can't speak for her. I've heard a million wrestlers say a million different things, good or bad, about wrestling. I don't care what other people say, to be honest. All I can say is you might be able to think wrestling's fake, but gravity's not. So I don't really want to say more than that, but yeah. Do you have any commentary on that?
Nope.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates. Support us on patreon.com for $1.99 a month to watch our full shoot interviews, ad-free, and help our channel grow. Follow us on Twitter at The Hannibal TV for instant updates.